Hi everyone, welcome back to our signature segment, See the Stories. And as you are seeing what we're wearing today, we celebrate the National Batik Day today. So we're wearing batik, very lovely ones. And let's talk about batik in South Korea. We are now connected with batik designer and Halobali.kr owner, Cathlea Kim. Hi, Cathlea.
Hello.
Good to have you back here and see today.
I know, yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So we talked about batik a lot of times, but batik in South Korea it really is something. So tell us about the journey of you promoting batik in South Korea and what initially did attract you to batik.
So Halobali was actually inspired by mom's love for batik since childhood. She introduced me to batik and often encouraging me to wear it on various occasions. But however, as a young me, I struggled to see how the elegance of traditional batik patterns could actually fit into my casual everyday outfit. So I wear them mostly for formal events. And when I moved to Korea, me and my husband, we decided to start a business together. So I introduced him to batik and was actually captivated by the beauty of the color. And since then, we have conducted extensive research and development to integrate batik into everyday life and to fit the Korean market.
Right. I think I will kind of agree with you. Like, I used to think that batik is like for old people and not very modern, like old fashioned.
Yeah, and you're wearing one.
Yeah,
so
that means I'm old, right?
No, not at all.
But it's true. So now we can actually wear it, casually, not too formal, and still look so stylish.
Yeah.
So we want to know, you started a batik fashion business in South Korea, and what are the products that you offer in Halobali? Please tell us.
We actually have a variety of products since we're more of a lifestyle brand. We have starting from fabrics, clothing, bags, interior decorations. Our best-selling item is our bags. Our Korean customers love them so much. And for the interior decorations, we're currently still doing a lot of market research to find a better product to sell. I'm wearing one of my clothes from my brand. Yeah, so yeah, those are like my products.
Oh, that's really nice.
Hey, Cathlea, so it's interesting when I was in the US, when I was wearing batik, they say like, oh, you're wearing Hawaiian shirts. So how do South Korean respond to batik, especially from the Halobali?
They surprisingly, they really love it. They find it really interesting in how we use the batik technique to dye the fabrics. It does add a value to them as our fabrics are actually all hand dyed, and for sure the colors are different. Like some of them, when they came to our store, they say like, oh, are these hand dyed? They can actually see the difference between the hand dyed fabric and the printed fabric. So yeah, they do love it. And most of them really amazed by how the vibrant the colors are compared to printed fabric.
Right, so they now know the difference. But we also hear that your product was worn by one of the Korean pop artists. Is that correct? The K-pop star.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, tell us more about that.
Yeah, so some K-pop stars were actually spotted wearing our clothes and bags. So some Indonesian fans actually bought our products and sent them as a gift to their idols, and it turned out that they wore them. And yeah, we have members from Zodiac wearing our clothing and bags. And this is the bag. I have it with me.
It's black and white. It's pretty versatile.
Yeah, this is the one that Sing from Zodiac was wearing. And we also have No Hong Chol. We have Soyeon from G-Idol. She spotted wearing our bag in one of her interview, but this time we actually didn't know like how she got the bag. I guess she secretly bought it. So yeah, we were actually very surprised.
But just before we move on to the next question, I was just wondering, and I look at your dress, what you're wearing, and also the motifs of your products. They don't look like the classic batik motifs. So how do you try to, sort of like improvise with the batik motifs to suit your customers?
Our batiks are actually a mix of tie-dye and batik stem technique, or we call it batik chop. I mostly design the patterns myself, so I
Wow.
blend the traditional technique with contemporary design. We made batik for daily looks with more vibrant colors and bold patterns because we aim to actually create both pieces that reflect both of the heritage of batik and the modern aesthetic to make it accessible and appealing to a wider audience, especially for us now is the Korean market.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I want to talk about K-pop artists. So you mentioned that most of them, like the fans send them over, and then one of them you don't even know how she got it. So do you think that in the future you would actually want to send it to like their entertainment agencies or stuff like that for them to
That's a
wear?
good idea, actually.
Oh yeah, actually, it's of course it's been one of our dream to send our items to them, and we are hoping in the future we can actually do any collaborations with K-pop artists, so they can they can wear our products and we can actually show them batik from Indonesia. And yeah, we have them in mind. We really hope, finger crossed, that we can make it one day.
Now, being in South Korea, I mean, like in Indonesia, batik is everywhere. I mean, like we have range of prices from like almost nothing to like millions. But what are some challenges that you encounter in promoting batik in South Korea, and how do you come about like for resources or anything like that? And how do you overcome all those challenges?
Oh, okay. So, at first, we didn't quite understand the marketing strategy in Korea, as I personally haven't really studied the customer behavior in Korea, so I didn't know what kind of marketing strategy is best for the market. And also like the market positioning, because currently we are the only batik brand in Korea which really specializes in batik, and it was pretty challenging for us to introduce the product value to the customers, as not everyone knows what batik is. But now it's almost 5 years since we run the business, and the customers are very satisfied with our products. So mouth to mouth marketing was actually one of the things that made us overcome the challenges.
Right.
And now we're trying to reach a wider audience by working with like local influencers as well. So.
That's great. I mean, you have definitely been in love with batik, and you've been doing your business in batik as well as basically promoting Indonesian batik to Korean customers. Now, do you have any specific hopes for the future of batik, both in South Korea and globally?
By using batik as a cultural bridge between Indonesia and Korea, or like any other country, it actually allows us to connect through shared values of creativity and craftsmanship. It also encourages dialogue and exchange to showcase how traditional batik how traditional batik can actually emerge into like everyday items. So like we want to invite people to actually experience and celebrate Indonesian culture in a modern way and build a long-lasting appreciation for the culture.
That's great.
Now, Cathlea, I know it's hellobali.kr, so you are selling the products online, but is there an offline store as well in South Korea?
Yes, we do have an offline store in Busan. So we are located in Busan. It's a city with beaches, and like it's actually blended so well with our team. Yeah, so our store was initially only online store, but like our customers, they were very curious to see the products in real life. So that's why we made an offline store for them, or like a showroom for them to actually come and see.
Hey, Cathlea, I was wondering, what's your price point and like where do you get your items? I mean, do you only design it, or do you have actually workers who actually do the batiking there in Korea, or like how's that work for you?
We're actually working with Indonesian local artisans to make our batik. So I made the design myself, and then our partners, they will actually produce the batik for us. So they are imported from Indonesia. Our productions are actually, for now, it's like 50-50. So 50% we are producing our products in Indonesia and 50% we are producing in Korea. But for the fabrics, they are all made in Indonesia. I
And you were asking
do
about
a
the
little
price.
bit of batik, like chanting, but yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and then the other question is, what's your
price.
price?
Yeah, we want to
Okay.
know.
Oh, for the
yeah.
price.
Yeah.
It's ranging for the our best selling item is actually tote bags. They cost around 30,000 won to 50,000 won.
And
Or say
in
in the US dollar?
in US dollar, that translates to what? Or yeah.
Okay.
Or in Indonesian rupiah. Or to rupiah.
Oh, it's around 350,000 rupiah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, for
That's-
the bags and for the clothing, it's around like 500,000 rupiah.
Okay.
That's great. Hopefully, the Koreans will love batik more and more, and this can be, a bridge, as you mentioned, for Indonesia to just, go global through batik. I think this is a very nice diplomacy way, don't you think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think batik is like an expression for art, but also we can blend it with the traditional technique that a heritage that we really love and we are very proud of it.
Yeah.
So I hope that not only Korea, my brand can actually go for, I don't
Yeah.
know, any other country.
Yeah, I mean, if you've stayed in Korea for quite some times, and you know how you probably know how to market things. And Koreans are very good in marketing their products and their cultures through their music, their movies, and all that. So maybe is there any lesson learned that you can actually bring about for Indonesians? Let's say Indonesian MSMEs that produce batik in order to make their products, go global as well.
I just want to say that it was really hard to introduce our culture or heritage to people from other country. So that's why I try to approach them with like a more modern and aesthetic,
Right.
aesthetically pleasing
Yeah.
things that they probably love, but still using like the traditional way. So we're using 100% batik. We only use batik chop. We don't do any printing, but we just change like the shape and the motifs. So maybe for other SMEs from Indonesia, maybe try to find like the right market and try to find what people's actually love. You don't really need to make something that is already traditional,
Yeah.
always being traditional.
True.
You can mix it with modern stuff so that they actually blend well and can easily emerge into the market.
Hey, Cathlea, before I let you go, I was just wondering, is this something that you do for fun, or you actually make a living out of this right now? Is it like just like a mom and pop thing, or like is it something?
That's actually a really nice question. At the first time, I was a student in Korea at that time, and my husband was my boyfriend at that time. So we were just like, let's, you want to try to do some business together. It was just for fun at first, but then now it becomes our living. We can't. Yeah, we can't just like give up, and it's a part of our life now, and I'm happy that we started it. Just even if it was just for fun, and now that I can actually help Indonesia and to promote batik and help Indonesian people. Although I'm now far in Korea, I think it was amazing. Yeah.
Well, hopefully when you do it seriously as business and earnings, I hope it still is fun for you as well to do. Yeah, definitely.
Of course.
Thank you so much for sharing your stories, and we would love to hear any developments, any growth, or maybe innovations from halobali.kr from you, Cathlea. Big success, and keep promoting batik in Korea. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Wow.
That's nice that you can turn your I don't know, hobby, I guess, into
Yeah.
an actual business. And
Yes.
then at the same time, you're actually promoting a cultural to a different country. That's
Well, I think her point was very on point when she says you cannot be that adamant when it comes to batik. You know, when you admire batik, very classic, very intricate, but then it might not suit your customers or
Right.
your segment. So you have to sort of like find a way so that it's adjusted in a way or
Yeah.
adapted. To
And it's okay to do that, right?
it's okay to do that. You get the market. Why not?
Do you guys have any like favorite style or like I know like we're trying to modernize or like any places in particular?
I always love the sogan, like the white and brown sort of like, the batik with
like the-
white
I'm
and
gonna
brown.
It would be like the original, or
Yeah, the original. Yeah.
because before, I mean, the first one would be like only brown and
Brownish,
white, right? But nowadays it's like all colorful.
Yeah, all colors. I think the brown and white comes from Central Java,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But also love, nowadays I see the Endet, for example, from Bali. You know, the
Okay.
pattern, it's, you can say that it's not that formal.
Yeah.
So you can make a blazer out of it, but also very casual, so kain or sarong,
Yeah.
or maybe just a top. You know, it's
Okay.
it's very versatile.
How about you?
I don't own a lot of batiks. I mean, in my family, we don't really wear batik that much, except for my dad.
Ah,
He
yeah.
loves his batik. But no, so I don't really know much about batik, but I know that what I'm wearing today is very, very nice.
But I mean,
love it.
Who would know that what Indra's wearing now is
Yeah,
actually
wait.
batik? It's also wastra Indonesia, right?
Oh, is it?
Indonesian wastra, I guess so.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
because you have this sort of like, it's tenun, I guess.
Yes.
Like a woven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it has something to do like with some East Nusa Tenggara pattern or something like that.
Yeah.
Like for a second,
That's
I was
right.
looking at it.
When we say batik, it means
Yeah.
like it's the whole Indonesian cloth.
Right.
It can be woven, it can be batik, it can be from anywhere.
I actually like the jumputan or like the
Tie-dye.
tie-dye, but like
Tie-dye.
again, I have no idea how to design it for men, like like a style that might work.
It's a freestyle anyway. You can do whatever with it.
I tried to copy the Minister of Tourism. And,
Oh, Sandiaga Uno, he always
It's all
comes
over.
fashionably
with some kind of batik
casual
with-
in a way, right? Well, when the other ministers look very, very formal, he
Yeah.
always looks
He
a little
managed.
casual, a little, with a twist of batik. All right.
Exactly.
See, the stories will continue after the break. Don't go anywhere. We have some important news and exciting news for you as well, so stay here.